So you might notice that today I am wearing my Ravenclaw slippers instead of my cool Naruto shoes. And you might be wondering why. The answer is because slippers are comfy. And today I want to be comfy. Welcome to part 360. No, that's not right. Welcome to part 7 of my review of the anime How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift? An anime about lifting weights. So I'm going to be using my over a decade of experience as a personal trainer and in the fitness industry, hi Katsuki, to help you better understand fitness through the power of anime. Let's get started. Just kidding. Before we get started, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell if at any point in time throughout the video you're like, hey, this guy's pretty cool. Subscribe button. You can do it. Likes button. Leave a comment. Do it for Katsuki.
Remember, correct form is essential for squats to avoid injuries, so do some in the mirror first and only add the bar once you've memorized how it feels.
Okay. So basically, I'm just sitting back, no weights, making faces in a mirror? Cool. I can handle that.
So I feel slightly conflicted about the idea of doing squats in a mirror. I do think that using a mirror can be a useful tool for beginners. I guess my gripe with it is the fact that most of the times in life when we need to do a squat, whether you're training for functionality of being able to sit down onto a toilet, or whether you are training to be a power lifter and lift as much weight as possible on a squat, you are very rarely going to have access to a mirror in front of you every single time you do a squat in life. So does that mean that using the mirror is a bad tool? Not necessarily, especially if you're trying to work on certain things. The issue is when it comes to visual cues versus learning how to do a movement because you can feel your body, those are two very different things. So if you get very used to doing a squat in front of a mirror where you can see things, and then you're presented with a situation where you no longer have that mirror in front of you and you can't use that mirror in order to see what you're doing, those are going to be two completely different things. So if you are trying to practice doing a squat without access to being able to see yourself, you should practice doing it without a mirror so that you can feel what you're doing instead of seeing what you're doing for better practice. Now, with this said, if you've never done a squat before, you have no idea what a squat even looks like, and you need to use a mirror to see what you're doing, that's totally fine. So Vice is okay here, although I would argue that, like in my last video, which you can see up here, I talk about a better way to intro people into a squat, and Mashio here is saying, hey, before putting a barbell on your back, do some squats in front of the mirror so you know what you're doing. It's like, I don't feel like that's a very good progression, and I feel like he could do a better job of creating a progression from her to be able to go from not doing a squat with a barbell to being able to do a squat with a barbell. So, not a super fan of this here, but there's worse things.
You got this! Just breathe! Mock me, moans a lot. At least I'll be able to walk properly tomorrow.
There is no, and I mean no possible way that she's able to walk normal tomorrow. With Mashio as her trainer, she will be lucky if she's ever able to walk again. If we're just being honest, like, think of how sore she was after doing bench press. Squats are way, way, way worse. So if she was that sore after doing bench press and he has her doing squats, we know that Mashio is not going to ease her into it. And to be frank, she might as well invest in a wheelchair now.
Excellent! You feel that burn?
Just make it stop, please. Why is this so much harder than lifting the heavy bar?
Because it's squats. They can be hella hard.
See? Told ya. Squats way harder than bench press.
Squats can be intense. That's why so many people skip leg day and only work their upper bodies.
Those physiques are very unbalanced. Where are you gonna stack those gains without a strong foundation?
Never skip leg day. I think that she brings up a really good point here of like, when it comes to how hard things feel in the gym, squats are definitely, and legs, training legs is definitely one of the things in the gym that feels exponentially harder than a lot of other things, and a lot of people would prefer to train only upper body, but legs are so important for so many functional health reasons, as well as, like Mashio says here, you want a nice foundation, you want to look good, train legs. Don't skip leg day. There might be ways you can adjust your leg day to make it a little easier and gradually kind of work your way up to some of the more uncomfortable stuff. However, don't skip it altogether. Don't be one of those chicken leg guys that just looks like he's walking on a pair of chopsticks, where his upper body's huge. I mean, I guess no judgment to those people for getting huge upper bodies, but I would say that one of the worst things you can do in the gym is skip legs. So in agreement with both Mashio and Akame here.
Anyway, your body now knows what the correct form for squats feels like. We'll try a few with the bar after you've recovered.
Her body does not know the correct form after doing 10 bodyweight squats. You have to be fucking kidding me here. He's gonna be the death of me. Please, if we can take anything away from this reaction video here, it is that 10 bodyweight squats are not enough to jump right to barbell squats on day one. Maybe squats comes a little bit more naturally to some people than others, and maybe it is, but I would give yourself, at minimum, if you've never stepped in a gym before, at least 2 to 3 weeks of doing dumbbell goblet squats before jumping right to a barbell squat. I would not ever as a trainer have somebody walk into the gym, struggle to do 10 bodyweight squats, and then go, hey, let's put a 45-pound bar on your back. There is a little bit of a weight distribution element here. If you are 250 pounds, a 45-pound bar isn't going to feel as heavy to somebody that's like 120 pounds or 130 pounds. I think in the first reaction we did, we figured that Hibiki was about 132 pounds. 45 pounds is a huge percentage of her body weight to add for somebody that is already struggling to do bodyweight squats. This is absolutely horrible personal training, and Mashio should be fired immediately. If you agree with me, please leave a hashtag fire Mashio in the comments. I feel like that is becoming like the whole theme of this series, is that everything Mashio does, maybe not everything, but most of the things that Mashio does, I disagree with. And honestly, I just think he's a horrible personal trainer at this point. Maybe that's half the point of the anime. Maybe he'll grow on me, but as of right now, I want nothing more than Hibiki to be like, you can no longer take my money. This is awful. Heck, even if she's getting this for free, this is so bad. She could get better personal training for free on the internet. Like, let's be honest. Like, she could go watch 30 minutes of YouTube and get better advice than anything Mashio's saying. Just look up Jeff Nippard. Like, come on. Nippard. I'm sorry, Jeff. If you are watching this ever, please excuse me for not knowing the pronunciation of your last name. I'm ashamed. Anyways, I guess for that we could say fire Max.
I almost forgot this stuff is lethal. It'll make me slimmer and sexier. Let's do it! And one. Let's do it.
I always knew that girl was fierce.
That's youth for you, am I right?
Well, you know, find motivations where you can, I guess. I do agree, though, squats are going to make, your butt and your legs gain muscle and firmer and all those fun things. So, if you're looking to get beach ready for the summer, squats are definitely a good thing. Just squat responsibly. If you've never done them before, ease yourself in.
I cry trying to lift just the bar while you're stacking on the weights left and right.
It takes time. Also, you're not working this hard to make me stronger, are you? Who cares what I do? You're the one who's trying to top yourself.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely agree with this. Do not focus on others, focus on yourself. You are trying to become better than who you were yesterday, not better than anybody else. And just because somebody else has an accomplishment that is really great and really cool, it's okay to be motivated by that. But if you're going to feel discouraged and put yourself down from it, stop comparing yourself. I like something that my coach Gavin Aiden said in one of his more recent YouTube videos, that comparison is the Robin Hood of joy. I usually recommend that people avoid comparison because you'll see a lot of times what's happening here with Hibiki, that when you start comparing yourself to others, especially when you're new to fitness, it can be very demotivating and can make people want to quit. But if you can avoid those feelings of wanting to quit, you can look to others and you can find motivation. You can find education and skills and things to help prop yourself up, but never do it at the cost of diminishing your own accomplishments, whatever those might be. If you walked into the gym for your very first day in the gym, you should be proud of yourself. If you squatted 100 pounds, you should be proud of yourself. If you squatted 500 pounds, you should be proud of yourself. If you went for a 10-minute walk, you should be proud of yourself. No matter what you do, you should be proud of yourself because you are choosing better for yourself and to become a better version of yourself than you were yesterday. Do not let anything anybody else is doing take that away from you. Okay guys, so that is the conclusion of part 7 of my review of the anime How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift. So given I'm pretty close to the end of episode 1 here, come part 8 in this reaction series, we are going to move on to episode 2. I don't really feel like there's enough information left in episode 1 to do a whole nother part on it. So next reaction is going to be the start of episode 2. 7 parts to only get done 1 episode. Crazy. We are going to have so many reaction videos to get through this anime. So, hey, if you've watched all the way to the end here, maybe check out the rest of my series, the rest of my reactions to How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift, or if you're into something else, check out this video here. And until next time, guys, peace out.